Welcome back, everybody, to Warriors of the Rainbow Spiritual Guidance YouTube channel. As always, my name is Jason, and I will be your guide. Um, it is 6 a.m. where I'm at. I really couldn't sleep last night, and I'm trying to get back on a schedule, so I figured it's an all-nighter. But, which happens. It's a good thing. I'm still full of love in the spirit, so I want to thank you guys for being on this channel and joining me on my journey of self-discovery, of healing, and thank you for allowing me to join your journey and to help you guys heal. I try to bring authentic information as I receive it. I do not know everything. I don't claim to know everything. But if I learn something that's valuable and helpful on your guys' journey, I will bring that message. And over the past many years, needless to say, um, I have been the observer and observing the world and how people react and act and um, traumas and see what traumas people have and like what's common in the collective. And I've been pondering on sex. Probably going to title this, Let's Talk About Sex. This will be the daily message that Spirit has put on my heart to deliver because we have lived in a paradigm, um, and it hurts my heart to see. You know, when I say it hurts my heart, I don't mean I own or take on other people's pain as my own, okay? What I mean by that is I just want to liberate other people, other beings, right? With the truth. Sex was designed for love and healing. What does that mean? Okay, when it's an energy transfer. So when you sleep with someone, you will then take on their energy, their traumas, whatever vibration or level of being they are at, you will take, especially for you women, because you are receiving that life force energy, right? The man spew the energy. Casual sex, for an example. There is no way, well, I guess there is a way, but not many take surveys on their sexual partners during casual sex. They don't have a checklist that they're like, hey, how many partners have you been with? What's your life like? Are you, in the ego mind, in the shadow? Are you full of trauma, unhealed? They don't ask those questions. And the thing about casual sex is if you're not asking those questions and you don't know the person you're having sex with, you do not know the energy that you will take from that transfer. If you're on a healing journey and you're trying to heal yourself, you will then cause yourself to go backwards, or could cause yourself to go backwards on your healing journey. I hear a lot of women talking about, oh, I'm a sex sign. How do they say it? They're oh, I'm a sexual being. Yes, we all are. It is a part of our journey, right? But that is a way of saying I'm going to justify my actions by saying that I'm a sexual being because yes, there is no right or wrong, okay? I'm not saying that there is a right or a wrong, right? I'm saying there is a higher or a lower. If you're on a spiritual journey and you're trying to ascend, wow, my voice is not matching on the camera. It's really weird. Maybe I'm in like some type of trance all of a sudden. I don't know. Hopefully this comes out correct. So if you're on a healing journey, on a spiritual journey, and you're trying to heal old traumas, a lot of traumas that are in our society are sexual in nature. So by continuing the nature of that trauma, by incorrectly using your sexual beingness, if you want to call it that, you will then just continue your trauma. You will not heal from that trauma because chances are your sexual partner is also carrying that trauma. So all you're doing is switching and interchanging traumas. That's what's happening. And that's why you'll find most people in those state of beings are in a continuous loop dealing with sexual behaviors. What I have been shown is right now in the collective, you see a clearing, a purification of sexual energy, of sacral chakra happening. And the reason is because there is a lot of trauma that is stored in the sacral and root chakra. Primarily the root, not the sacral. I meant the other way, the root. Because of the years and years of all this sexual um, traumas, these sexual ideologies, right? We've been, for the last 100 years, it's been propagated and pushed on us, right? I mean, pornography, everything like that is, even in school they have sex education, right? They started at a really young age. Yes, it's educating, but what are they telling you? They're telling you it's okay to have sex. Believe it or not, that is what that education is doing. It is telling you about safe sex. Why? It's not supposed to be taught like that, in my understanding, right? It does need to be spoken about by your peers, right? But in a different way. And there's other ways to teach it. For example, don't teach how to do it, teach why, the purpose of not doing it. Not saying, oh, you're going to get diseases that were created by who knows what they were created by, right? Um, they're created for a reason to teach karma, right? So that's what I'm learning. I'm learning to get out of the duality type mind, right? Whether, because I can't speak truth on that, right? Is it created or is it not? Who knows? I've had both. I've had both understandings in my time. I'm not trying to get on that subject. I want to talk about sexual trauma and what I see and what I've been told and receiving, that there is a clearing happening in the root and sacral chakras. This is why you have many people out there right now, including myself. It's been, oh yeah, high sexual energy, very high. If you don't do that work, right? If you don't stop that treatment and you continually do this, you are then slowing your own healing journey. You are also not going to awaken your kundalini because you're going to stick in that lower energy. Sex is healing. It really is. It is only healing when the vibration of love is in it. If there is no love and it's separated from the heart, there will be no healing. It'll actually be transferring of energy and traumas, only propagating the trauma, right? So if you want to be healed and you're on a spiritual journey, you want to find a partner where there's love created in it. Because the love is where the healing lies. The heart is what heals, right? The heart is what is the healing force. The heart is a sacred center. It is the center of the universe, the universe, right? So Spirit has put on my heart because I'm watching so many beautiful women and great men. You know, like myself, I'm not innocent, right? I was there. I'm going on 2 years without it, right? And it's been a really difficult journey. I'm not going to lie. It's not that I can't. It's not that I don't have it around me. Like, it's not like I couldn't just snap my fingers and do that. It's not that. It's that I'm on a journey, on a spiritual journey, and what I want is something different. I want a union, a spiritual union, something that matters and means more, right? I want to heal my traumas. I'm not going to heal the suppressed traumas that I have from childhood, from the, things that I don't know if it happened to me, but I heard it did because I black out probably if it did, right? I don't remember it, but my brother told me it did. I can't verify that, but it makes sense because it's known to be in my family line. It's there, and I'm not embarrassed to talk about it because it's in most of yours too, right? So if we know this, if we know that this is what's happening, maybe many of you don't. Maybe it's me coming out here and saying this is that's going to enlighten you to it. When you have sex, you want to make sure love is established if you're trying to heal, if you're trying to ascend. If you're really on the ascension journey, you will start realizing the things that need to be done. You will start healing those aspects of yourself. Now, if you are single and you're looking for a partner, you want to fall in love. In my experience, the last 6 months, right? I can see where I had lustful intentions or lustful eyes, right? We all do. Lust is not bad. It has its purpose. It's meant to be there, right? It's depending what journey are you on, right? Are you on the ascension journey, or are you just trying to establish more karma in your life, that good or bad? Are you just trying to, you know, live in the senses? Are you trying to, or are you trying to ascend, right? Above the senses? Are you trying to awaken your kundalini and your shakti and all that stuff, your shakti energy, which I'm just really starting to learn about, even though I keep being told about this gamma ray energy that I carry. Whatever that means, I'll figure that out soon. But I felt the need to really deliver this message. It is time that we start changing things in our world. And in order to change the things in our world, we have to change them in our own life. If it takes being sexually abstinent for a period of time to heal traumas, right? Or until you are opened in your heart. Because essentially every time you have sex with someone you're not in love with, you're actually scarring your heart and you're closing your heart. It's going to be that much more work to open it and to heal that. And I don't say this as judgment. I'm not judging anybody. I'm not innocent, right? I've been there, I'm guilty. But I will speak the truth as I receive it for your ears and for your greater work, for your greater good. I want you guys to be liberated. I want you to ascend. I want you to rise above the paradigms of the world and the teachings of the world. So, um, be vigilant in the process of healing. Choose love in everything. Choose love. You must love yourself in order to love others. If you don't love yourself, you're going to repeat the non-love situations, right? Because every karma, bad karma, is there to bring you back to where you should be, to where you're supposed to be, to your essence, to your truth, to you, right? So karma's a good thing. The world we live in, the duality that we live in it's not a duality once you realize that it's actually for the greater good. In the end, believe it or not, even the crazy dark things that happen in the world, they're there for a reason. Now, I'm not saying that there may be people using psychological warfare as a sense of showing us duality and not actually be there, right? I'm not saying, because there is, and I really have see that in my life, and you do too. What I'm saying is, in my life, what I know is they are one of the same and together. So there is no duality. Now, does not change the fact that there is a duality in the collective because they still believe in that paradigm. So you got to understand that. We all do. But back to sexual energy. Your heart is what heals. If you are finding yourself stuck in the root, right, in the root chakra, in the sexual energy, wanting to satisfy your urges, best to understand it this way. The reason why you're having these urges is because there's a purification of sexual trauma happening. Unless you are truly in love with somebody, right? And I mean truly in love with them. When you feel these urges and you go satisfy them with a partner that you don't know, who is not healed themselves and carries their own trauma, you are only going to propagate that trauma of yourself. You're now going to take theirs, especially for you women, because you are then taking it in. Your wombs are healing, right? They are healing temples, believe it or not, but they're only healing temples There's one fruit fly, man, sorry, that's been in my room, and I don't kill it because I take it as a sign. But your wombs are healing temples because of love. Now, it brings up another subject. What is love? See, we don't understand love in the way that it truly is meant, right? And a lot of women I see out there saying, "Oh, I love everyone. I love all. So I can have sex with anyone because I love that person." No. No, because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm teaching you something. If you know that there's traumas within that person, right? And you're sleeping with them, you are then taking it amongst yourself, right? You're taking it in yourself. So now you have the traumas, the energy, right? And if you haven't stopped sleeping with other people, you're always going to have that energy. You're not going to transmute it like that. It doesn't work that way. You're going to continue this cycle because chances are, if you're satisfying those urges and you're going after those urges, guess what? You have trauma that you haven't healed. So therefore, you're just continuing a cycle of non-healing. And you're just continuing that energy transfer back and forth, back and forth. This is how, and what I'm really starting to see is the reason behind STDs and STIs is to push you from that behavior, to make you go within, right? Um, that's what I've been shown. So, and there is teachings out there like maybe diseases come from other things, and that could be so. But when you raise your vibration, you can't get sick, and that is the truth. As you raise your vibration, you will find out you're not getting sick. You won't, because you can't be affected by lower vibrations as easily. Now, I'm not saying you'll never get sick, but there's a high chance you won't. So, I've wanted to come on here and say this message because I see it everywhere. I know plenty of beautiful women out there that they're just hurting. They have traumas and they need men like us, like me. Whoever's watching this as a man is like this. They need us. They need men like us and they don't see it. Now, I'm not trying to, um, what's that word? Put attention onto me as, oh, I'm single and I'm a loving care. No. I'm saying that if there's any men watching, that we have a great responsibility too, right? For example, in my last 6 months' experiences, I've seen lustful women that are only seeking lust. They're not seeking connection. They're not seeking love, right? And I started giving my time and attention to that, right? Was that actually good for them, right? Is that, if they're not emotionally available and looking for love and they're just looking for sex, am I helping them? No. And that's why I pull my energy away from a lot of people like that, because you have to, right? You want love. They don't know what that is yet. Doesn't mean they won't, but they don't. And I'm not willing to put myself in that situation anymore now that I've been awakened to what's going on. So, in your root chakra, if you're feeling the urges and desires, right, and you haven't had sex in a while, it is best to go into meditation during those times, because you're going to find out that you are actually healing traumas. You may even have backflashes and images that happen in your mind while you do this. That is a good thing. Sit with it. Do not go run from them. Sit with these things, because it's called purification, and that's what's happening. So, I want to deliver this to you guys. Hopefully the volume isn't as messed up as it looks on my screen right now. If it is, I do apologize. Maybe I'll make it again, but maybe I won't, because everything happens for a reason. But I want to share this with you guys. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for being on this channel. I hope this message is received. I hope that it opens your eyes and it helps you in your self-discovery journey and in your ascension journey. Until next time, guys, namaste.